What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today we must go over the recent developments on the Kaspa price action because we have some new chart developments that have just revealed themselves. But before we start, I must remind you that this is not financial advice. Anything I say in this video, if you take it as financial advice, you could end up as a homeless bum subsiding on handouts at the intersection of an interstate with a cardboard sign. Okay, so enough of the silly stuff. Let's jump straight into this chart. And here is the deal. Understand me on this. Listen, it does not take long for the chart to reveal new indications of reversals or for a 50-50 scenario to change and show its hand where there is a higher probability for one scenario or the other when it was previously 50-50. Now I'm going to tell you that the probability of a break to the upside has edged out the probability of an immediate correction. I'm going to go 60-40. Let's talk about why. In the last video, we had added this new purple line right there. And before that, we had a complete wedge pattern that had broken down. And so then I brought it to this new level that the price had broken down to. And I said, if we fall out of this, look for a bearish correction to take place. And then we definitely fell out of the bottom of that purple line. And then we had a doji candle right after that, which means indecision. And sometimes it can be seen as a hint of a reversal. Now, here's what happened. So there's news out about Kaspa being listed on Binance, and that turns everything upside down, turns it on its head, because now you're going to have a rash of buyers coming in that are loading up because they think 25 cents is around the corner. So where we previously were bleeding down, dripping down, and we had downward momentum, we had complete divergence of the fast line and the slow line here on the stochastic, okay? And then we had a fake crossover and the doji happened, and now look, we have another crossover where the fast line definitely did cross over the slow line. Now, previously, we also had a good divergence between the oscillators here on the MACD where they were falling away from each other. And now there's a slight hint that this lagging set of oscillators tells us that there may be a bullish cross coming. So notice that the fast line, the blue line, is now leveled off, and it looks like it is going to turn around and start to come back towards the slow line, which is the orange line, and maybe cross over it, which is further evidenced by the change from solid green to the light green right there. Now, I know that you got all of these people out there who will watch this video, and of course they will drone on and say technical analysis doesn't work. I know. So keep your pants on, Skippy. We're going to just get through this and continue to look at the evidence and try to figure out what's happening, because my viewers, the majority of my viewers, want to know if there is evidence that will point us in one direction or the other, even though we can't guarantee it. So let's move on. We've got a lot of evidence there, the stochastic being at the bottom and crossing over again, an impending crossover of the oscillators on the MACD, the changing from solid red to light red on the histogram where the bars are starting to reapproach the zero line, combined with the rumor of a Binance listing. And so we add all of that up and say that, okay, we might not have that big correction, or at least not yet. Here's another thing to look at. I always talk about the VPVR and how price tends to snap towards these nodes And at first, when we were way down here at this bottom point, we were entering into the slip zone. And I call this a slip zone because usually price will quickly fall down to the next volume node or gets snatched back up to where it was. And we can see that we have been snatched back up into the middle of these big fat 3 nodes. So if that is happening, where we're going to sit here, where we have a nice base, and we also have this crossover, we have an impending crossover, we have a reversal on the histogram, then we can officially change this bottom purple line. Let's change it. Let's just see what happens and what it looks like when we bring this on down to the bottom part of where these wicks go. And now what does it kind of seem like it's making? It looks like a bull flag, if you ask me. Now, once again, it's not for sure, and we know we got all of the belly achers out there that don't like it when people talk technical analysis. I just call it chart reading, chart indications, wave analysis. We've seen this wave down, and we're probably going to wave up, okay? So let's put the flagpole. Oops, I need a line. Let's put a line on here. So here's the flagpole, right? And if we're looking at a basic straight bull flag and not a pennant, it kind of looks pretty clear here that this could be what the formation is. And then, as we know, we take this pole and then we replace it up there, and then it goes to this line that we've already got from the last video that is still in effect, where it shows us where we could end up. So let's just scrunch this back down so we can see all the way up there. Here is the pole, okay? So in the last video, we said that we started right here, and it could even be higher. Let's adjust it to, maybe we'll show best case scenario to the top of where this flag is, about right there. And, you know, it's just a rough guess, okay? So don't hold me to it. And then we go ahead and we replace this, and let's stick it near the top of the flag just so we can see what the top possibility could be. And I know some people are saying 25 cents, so if we put it on the purple line, it's close to it, just beneath it. What that does to me, in my opinion, is that it validates the conversation about a breakout to 25 cents. It says that we're not smoking the crack pipe talking 25 cents before the end of this month, because of the rumor of the Binance listing and all of the indications that we just showed you on the 1-day chart. Now, in order to know what happens after that, if we want to get a sneak peek at maybe the correction that happens after we hit the 25 cents mark, if this breakout plays through, well, let's just flip to the 1-week chart and see where the waves are. Well, here would be the big and obvious bull flag. There's the breakout. Here's the high point. And you see, we're staying up here in this overbought zone. And so we could kind of fool around. Let me put a line on here for you. We could fool around and stay up here, you know, for quite a while. But if we do get a full cycle down, a wave down, then maybe that's where the correction could happen. So let's just say price, jumps up here. Boom. You're going to have a correction at some point. So it could be doing a consolidation move, and then maybe it comes down and has a final correction and then starts the next big wave up. And you see we've got a line. There are some parallel lines here. Let me extend them in this trading channel here that so neatly line up. Okay, this was the previous support resistance parallel trading channel in the upward trend. And so you could possibly have a surge up to 25 cents and a correction back down to where we are right now, 14, 15 cents. And then we move on and continue the overall bullish action. It's almost like Kaspa is in a bull market right now. You can't say that about any other alts. Kaspa does not tend to follow the progression of Bitcoin and everything else. So whenever you see price staying where the stochastic just stays up here in this overbought zone or keep peeking its head up here in the top, you can say that that's indicative of a bull market. And then when you have the bull run, what happens there, you will see the stochastic stay here for the entirety of the bull run. When we just go to parabolic mode, it'll stay up there and you won't cycle down. I don't think this is the bull run because it would be very premature. I think it's going to happen in 2025. And that's why I expect a correction like this and then a return back up. And then we have the serious bull market up here. So those are my thoughts. And I just wanted to warn you about that. I know we were all looking forward to 8 to 10 cents Kaspa to consolidate, but as of today, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Now, again, another warning. Something could change and tomorrow this chart could look completely different. And just because I say 60% chance that we break out to the upside, that doesn't mean the 40% chance can't happen. We're just guessing here, guys. We're making an educated guess by trying to get a feel for the chart without all the fancy words, without all of the fancy lingo. We're just trying to get a dadgum idea of what's going on. That's all, okay? Do you dig me? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Are you picking up on what I'm putting down? Let me know in the comments. And also let me know, are you waiting on the sidelines to jump in on Kaspa? Are you already in it and waiting for this great big move to sell some and take some profits? Or are you like me, holding for the long haul? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. I will read it and get back to you. And until the next video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. And if you would like to be like some of my fantastic supporters who help me defray the cost of producing these videos, you may do so with the giving of a super thanks. And then you might be on the receiving end of some of my private tips. I've got a big, huge spreadsheet that has a lot of picks with a ton of due diligence. I've spent hours on end with the due diligence and analysis that goes into these charts. And I'm going to do a video where I expose one of the methods and I'm going to show you how I'm able to recognize potential rug pulls and scams. And I'm going to tell you what, it's like 75 to 80% of the projects out there that are really popular are scams and they're going to end in rugs. Okay, I'm going to show you that in that video, and that's only one aspect of some of the massive due diligence that I put into the picks that I have on this spreadsheet that ranges from micro cap gems all the way to mid cap projects. And I tend to send these to some of my biggest supporters just to thank them because they've donated money in the past. But I'm thinking about selling a package deal where I give you like all of these picks. There's at least like 20 to 25 picks. And I run through and do all of the due diligence on them in the same way that I did for Kaspa when I found it at 0.0015. And so rather than you spending hours on end, night after night, like I have done. I mean, I've put months of work into this spreadsheet. So instead of you spending all that time, if you'd rather just buy a copy of it, you may do so. And I'll probably be selling it anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on how much detail I put into it. And then you'll be able to buy updates whenever I update it. And so that way there's no ongoing subscription that I have to keep up with. And if I decide to update it every week or every month, then the people who have purchased the master spreadsheet, you will be able to buy the update at a very low cost just to pay me for the hours of time that I spend in updating the volumes and all of the stats on each project, plus new listings and for the ones that I take off of the list. So let me know what you think about in the comments. That is all I've got for now. This is Carlton, and I am out.